Hey, hey, what's going on? What's going on? She girl Lysandra Everett here. Give you a second to get on. I am on my way to do some shopping. All right, let me make sure my phone doesn't fall. Do that. So I'm gonna be in the car for a minute. So thought I'd bring you along for the ride. So I just got through listening to this great. Okay, so lost you for a second there. All right, so one of the things that Cedric Harris talked about yesterday and was really good, and it was called the law of reciprocity. And the law of reciprocity is one of those things where it can work for you and it can also work against you. Okay, and I think that we really miss that when it comes down to being in business. So what is the law of reciprocity? In short, the law of reciprocity is you'll get in proportion to what you give. So what happens is that we so often go looking for people looking to get something from people and we don't give anything to people. So you think about the person that's in your life, might be, you know, a member of your family, usually is a member of your family, that is always calling you asking for money, right? They're always calling you needing something. It can be money, it can be to borrow your car, it can be anything, but they're always calling you needing something. They never call just to say, hey, but they call when they need something, okay? Don't hear from them until they need something. Well, you know, when you start seeing that person's number pop up, you don't even want to answer the phone, right? You don't want to answer the phone. You don't want to answer the text. You just, you know, and you just get that sick feeling in your stomach because you know that that person is just coming to take something from you, right? And so in our lives, right, we're gonna get in proportion to what we give. But the thing about it is you can't give in order to get. When you give, you have to give without expectation of something in return. And I know that seems to be kind of, you know, counterintuitive to what I'm talking about, but that's just the way the law of reciprocity works. You know, when you go and learn something at an event and you come and share it, well, who you're sharing it with, what you're going to get back from that may not come from them. It may come from somebody else, right? So when you are giving, you have to give without expectation of return. And then the law of reciprocity really starts to work in your favor. It might not happen today, might not happen tomorrow, but it will happen. And so what we have to do is we have to start going with the intention of giving instead of going with the intention of getting, right? Like I'm shooting this video, sharing this with you, you know, who knows who's gonna watch this video. When you're watching this video, I may not know you from a can of paint, and that's okay. But if what I say in this video impacts you in your life, then I've done my job, right? So that's what we have to do. This person, I promise you, is dazed and confused. Okay. But anyway, so, you know, so how do you get it started? You know, like most people are like, well, how do you get the whole law of reciprocity started? Well, it's just that. You're listening to this video or watching this video right now, and you may have learned something new. This law of reciprocity may be something that you've never even heard of before, right? And so then what you do is you go and share it with somebody else. Hey, have you heard of the law of reciprocity? Have you even, you know, what's that all about, right? So that is what you do, and you go sharing it with others without expectation of that person giving you something back. Now, if you're giving, in the course of your giving, if you're ultimately giving with the intention of getting something, the universe just doesn't work that way, right? The universe knows, I don't know how, but the universe knows when you have jacked up motives. The universe knows when you are, you know, when you have an ulterior motive to what you're doing, right? Because usually when you're doing something, you know, with an evil purpose, not with an evil purpose, but just to get something, it usually doesn't work out well for you, right? So you have to learn to start giving without expectation of getting something in return. Now, Here's what I am not saying though. I am not saying allow people to take advantage of you, because you know when that's happening, right? You know when somebody is really just trying to milk you for whatever they can get, and they mean you absolutely no good whatsoever. I'm not saying to entertain those people at all, because there are some people you just need to send them an invoice, and once you show them an invoice, that stuff just goes away. But there are those people that are in your life that, you know what, they just need a little guidance. They might need a little bit of help. And if you can do that, then you absolutely should. You know, I'm a tax person. I'm a tax professional. I answer tax questions every single day. And I know there are tax professionals who are looking at me. They're saying, why are you answering these questions and not getting paid for that? Well, I don't have time for that. That's not my purpose in life. Our purpose overall, why we're here, is to serve each other. And so the way that I serve people is by answering tax questions, okay? There are some people where, yeah, I'm gonna tell them, listen, this is gonna require way more time than a 10-minute Facebook Live or a video, then you need to book an appointment. But if I can answer a simple question, I'm going to answer a simple question. It really isn't that hard. And so I don't expect anything from that person. If I say, hey, what questions would you like answered? And you tell me, and if I can answer your question, I'm going to do that. It's very simple. So, you know, if you're looking at your life, if you're looking at your business and saying, I don't like what I'm seeing, I don't like how my bank account looks, your bank account is going to reflect the value you put into the marketplace. So if you don't like the way your bank account looks, ask yourself, what kind of value are you putting into the marketplace? If you're not putting anything into the marketplace, then why are you expecting anything back? If all you do is show up in people's inboxes when you have something to sell, or when you want them to, you know, buy from some party you're hosting or whatever, then people are not going to pay attention to you. I get that all the time. I get people in my inbox, hey, I'm hosting this online party, go buy something. You ain't said, hey, cat, dog, nothing, right? I don't have time for those people, and I don't participate with that. You can't even say, hey, are you serious? So, you know, so think about the value that you're putting into the marketplace. If you are not liking how your life looks, whether it's financially or with your relationships, this is so key with relationships. You're going to get what you give. If you don't give love and respect and affection and all that, why do you expect people to do that for you? All right. So the law of reciprocity, you're going to get in proportion to what you give. If you don't give nothing, you don't get nothing. And it's just that simple. All right. So thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. Listen, I'm really working on this huge goal to help 10 people make $1,000 before the end of the year. All right. Yes, I know. So listen, if you want to know what I'm doing, click on the link that's going to be in the description after I get done with this. And yeah, see what it's $1, right? It's just make $1 decision. I'd love to have you on board, and really let's start changing some people's family trees. Let's start changing some financial situations. Let's start leaving our children a legacy of wealth instead of a legacy of debt. All right. So listen, I'm almost to my destination. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.